also have some trouble down in Kalamazoo. Brian Sterling is in now to tell us a little bit more about that.
Ellen, thank you. Yep, back in studio, and let's get you the latest on the ground now in Kalamazoo, where earlier this morning a structure fire was reported on the city's north side. At least one building burning, perhaps more now in Kalamazoo in this early morning hour. This is somewhat of a conspicuous fire only because there was another fire this morning a little west of this location that is considered suspicious. And of course, that followed a violent night in downtown Kalamazoo in which rioters destroyed parts of the central city there in the business district. News 8's Kyle Mitchell is on the ground for us again on this early morning now Wednesday, following what's going on with this fire. Kyle, what can you tell us? When did this break out and what is on fire?
Yeah, we're at North Street and Staples. Maybe step out of the way so you can get a little bit better look. There's an apartment building that is completely burned to the ground. There's a home next door. The fire crews are continuing to fight. We just see some more hoses being put on that home. I see a little bit of flames still up in the attic area of that home. A lot of residents here on the street. Apartment building gone. We're trying to get some more information. We heard that there was a suspicious fire in the area earlier today. Still trying to get more information and more context on that. Quite a few fire engines out here. Maybe, I see at least a half dozen. So this is quite a fire. Looks like they're trying to keep it from spreading to another home that is behind this home. So again, we are on North Street and Staples Avenue in Kalamazoo, where fire crews continue to fight this fire. I'm going to send it back to you, Brian.
And Kyle, if I can ask you just to stay with us for a second, and I hate to put you on the spot because I know you just arrived on scene, but as far as what you can see there on the ground, I know that there is a large fire presence as they continue to fight this blaze. But is there a large gathering of people? Are there crowds there? Or does this look like it's something that may be unrelated to what we saw earlier tonight?
I think it's too early to know if it was related. I mean, there are people here. Some of them say, that they're residents over in this area. So, at this point, it doesn't appear that anyone is from outside the area. But again, still working to figure that out.
Okay. Kyle Mitchell there on the scene. This is on North Street, a little west of Woodward, on the north side of Kalamazoo. Kyle Mitchell reporting for us tonight that an apartment building has burned to the ground there. Another home next door to that apartment building is on fire, and crews are working to contain that blaze. These are fires that broke out within the last 45 minutes to an hour. And again, it comes after a suspicious fire a little west of this location at 5 o'clock this morning, which is considered suspicious. And that what may be related to some of the unrest in the city of Kalamazoo. But again, way too early to try to make those kind of connections at this point in time. We do know that the curfew was enforced at 8 o'clock this evening. The curfew remains in effect for the next 7 days. The National Guard was seen on the streets of downtown Kalamazoo as late as the 11 o'clock hour when we talked to Kyle Mitchell, who at that point in time was located downtown. That zone, they called it the Peace Zone. It was bounded by Michigan Avenue and Portage, Lovell and Park Streets right there near Bronson Park in the central business district of Kalamazoo. And again, that was a demonstration that broke up somewhat peacefully, although tear gas had to be fired. There were some arrests, but there was no major damage like we saw overnight Monday night in the city. As you can see, this is quite an intense fire. A lot of flame and a lot of smoke being produced as you take a look at that image as crews now working that ladder truck and have run the hoses, again trying to contain a blaze which has spread now from an apartment building which is destroyed to another home next door, working in the attic area there to try to knock that fire down. This is an area, obviously, that will remain closed to traffic for some time as crews work on containing the fire and their investigation. We will continue to stay on scene as well to try to gather more information for you. You can look for updates online and on air beginning with daybreak in a few hours beginning at 4:30. And of course, we're watching that weather situation as well as those storms start to roll in. So early on a Wednesday, a lot going on. We're here, we're keeping an eye on it, and we'll break in as developments warrant. Until then, we'll say good morning. Brian Sterling reporting.